Can never guard like this if you're John Collins with your back to your man. You got to keep your man in front of you. When you're guarding like this, look at the space that gets created. I mean, are you serious with this? Awful switch by DeJounte Murray. If you want to switch onto Al Horford, this is already a mismatch down low, so you need to get underneath Al Horford immediately and battle for position. Look at DeJounte Murray. You're switching over the top of him, so now you're sealed. This is just awful here. Why can't Trae Young just get back here? Look at this. Get back, play defense, let's get a stop. Why with this horrendous gamble and now you're out of the play? I'm sorry, why can't DeAndre Hunter get into a defensive stance guarding Jason Tatum one-on-one? I mean, look at his feet. This is not a defensive stance. So he's going to move his foot upward, still not in a defensive stance. So the second Jason Tatum does anything now, you just look at how you had to backpedal. So you just backpedal a little bit. That opened up this angle right here. That's because you weren't never in a defensive stance when Jason Tatum wasn't doing anything. So Jason Tatum says, okay, you're going to give me that angle. I'll just dunk on you. If you're going under a screen, you cannot try and go over the screen first. Look at DeAndre Hunter's feet. Look at how he's trying to go over this screen first. Well, oh, whoops, now you're going to go under. You're going to go on the other side late. This is really on DeAndre Hunter right here, but I mean, DeJounte Murray, I guess, needs to communicate that he's taking Sam Hauser. Capella needs to communicate that he's taking Robert Williams III so that DeAndre Hunter knows, okay, I need to go get Malcolm Brogdon. See, like, DeAndre Hunter's just getting back to the absolute middle of nowhere. You just gave up an open three. Cannot backpedal in transition. Saddiq Bey's got to get his feet set in a defensive stance. You're backpedaling right now. So look what backpedaling forces Saddiq Bey to do. So because he's backpedaling, now he has to go under this screen. So when he goes under this screen like this, look at this. They're going to just twist and set a second screen. Now, Saddiq Bey, it's going to take you about an hour to get over this screen because you had to go under the first screen because you were backpedaling. And now it's just a 2-on-1. What even is Trae Young doing? This is why they need to trade him. I mean, what is this supposed to be a switch, I guess? So DeAndre Hunter is coming up, I guess, to switch. Then you need to get underneath the screener. You're going over the top of the screener. So now Tatum gets it, that forces help, and now just the defense is going to be scrambling. And you're playing at a disadvantage, and Brogdon can just pump and go for a dunk. Switching this handoff, then Jalen Johnson has to be up here ready to guard, and DeJounte Murray has to switch on to Grant Williams. Like, look at Jalen Johnson here. You're not ready to guard if this is supposed to be a switch. So that brings a double, that opens the corner, and round and round and round and round we go. Trae Young being garbage on defense again. I mean, Marcus Smart sets this screen here for Jason Tatum. So DeAndre Hunter's getting screened. What are you doing about it? Are you going to switch this? Hedge it? Like, Trae Young, you can't do absolutely nothing, which is what Trae Young does. Okay, so Trae Young turns it over. It's okay, turnovers happen, but you got to sprint back. Trae Young should be sprinting back right now. Saddiq Bey, sprinting back right now. What are they looking at? Like, what on earth is this? Like, this is an elimination game. Okay, Trae Young goes up for the shot right here. John Collins and Clint Capella, both staring at the shot, need to sprint back. Because look what happens. You stare at the shot. So now you're going to have a really hard time defending in transition. So now Clint Capella, instead of being back, having his feet set, ready to guard, has to backpedal while guarding Jason Tatum. He'd have a hard enough time guarding him if his feet were set and he was in a defensive stance. What is DeAndre Hunter doing here? This is an elimination game. Box Al Horford out. Look at this. Tatum goes up for this layup. Why are you not boxing Al Horford out? What? See, here we go again. Trae Young misses a shot. Why is DeJounte Murray standing here? He should have been getting back already, before the shot's even taken. You're staring at the shot. Join the fans in the stands watching the shot. If you don't get back, transition defense becomes impossible. John Collins cannot go under a screen with Jaylen Brown right here when there is all this space to go over the screen. Because when you go under now, you're just going way too far under. Wow. Okay, if DeJounte Murray's going to come all the way over here to double Jason Tatum, then John Collins is going to get beat off the dribble. He's going to be late to get out. It's not his fault. So Malcolm Brogdon beats him off the dribble. DeJounte Murray comes to help. Okay, you got to keep these rotations going, though. So Clint Capella's got to stay here because he can't let Jason Tatum obviously catch this pass and cut for a dunk. So Trae Young's got to get wide because he's going to have to come to the corner, and then Capella would rotate up. But guess what Trae Young does? Not that. You never, ever, 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 ever guard like this. First of all, your back is to the ball. That's already a no. You got to keep Jason Tatum in front of you. Because look what happens. So here comes, because you're guarding like this, here comes a down screen that you're going to be forced to have to go up the gut of, which you can't do as well. So Tatum just catches and is open. How many times does this have to happen? Clint Capella goes up for a shot. Stop. I mean, DeAndre Hunter and Trae Young, if they want to watch the shot, you can sit courtside and watch the shot with these people. Because again, it's a miss, and you just stood. So now here comes a 3-on-2 that should never have been allowed. How does this happen? What do the Hawks do in practice? Like, do they work on transition defense ever? Why are 4 Hawks players just standing in the middle of nowhere? Someone's got to communicate. Someone get over to Jaylen Brown. Someone, anyone, no one. Okay, so the Hawks are trying to hedge this ball screen. DeAndre Hunter cannot be going under the ball screen, though. He needed to go over, because when Trae Young, well, he's not going to be able to leave, but Trae Young's got to recover back to his man, so you need to be ready to guard. You have backside help right here for Malcolm Brogdon. But DeAndre Hunter went under the screen, so he's not ready to guard Jaylen Brown. I mean, so now he gets right to the rim, draw help, who's boxing out Horford? I mean, this is just complete garbage. You're up by 1 with 7.5 minutes left in an elimination game. Could John Collins please sprint over here so he can take Jaylen Brown? Look at John Collins. This is what we're doing in an elimination game. I mean, could that have been any easier? If you're DeJounte Murray, keep your feet set. You're in a defensive stance. Why would you try and go upwards? Now, look at that. So you tried to go upwards for absolutely no reason. So now Jaylen Brown's coming this way. That's going to be forcing you to be off balance and backpedaling. Hello, three-pointer. What is John Collins doing? If this is a switch, then John Collins should be up, level to the screen, or in a defensive stance, ready to guard. You got to be ready to guard Jason Tatum immediately off this switch. And, I mean, John Collins, just look at John Collins. Does he look like he's ready to guard? No. So now you're off balance guarding Jason Tatum. He's hard enough to guard when you're not off balance. Season's on the line. I mean, there's not much more else to say other than DeAndre Hunter must box out Jason Tatum. What is DeAndre Hunter doing? Look at this. What on earth are you doing? Good night. Go home. We'll see you next year. Okay, DeJounte Murray is off balance against Jaylen Brown. Look at this. His feet are not even level to each other. Saddiq Bey's got to move over here. If Saddiq Bey's feet are set and he's in a defensive stance, DeJounte Murray can get up, force Jaylen Brown right here. You can help and recover, and you won't give up any threes. But, so, Jaylen Brown is going here, but Saddiq Bey isn't there, and you let Jaylen Brown turn the other way. Well, now Trae Young's got to come way too far over. He's not going to be able to recover. Trae Young is an abomination on defense. So I don't even know what he's doing here. I guess he's hedging. Either way, you need backside help. This defender here has got to come over here. If his feet are set and a skip pass gets made, he'll be able to recover. But you have to have backside help. Trae Young's coming to hedge. So Marcus Smart's going to be wide open, and there's no backside help. So game over.